This universe is only one of an infinite number. Worlds without end. Some benevolent and life-giving. Others filled with malice and hunger. Who are you in this vast multiverse? Mr. Strange?
How's it going, everybody? It's Warren, and before Spider-Man Far From Home came out, everybody was really excited and really freaking out about the fact that Mysterio mentioned that he was from a different universe and that a multiverse existed. This is obviously huge news as it opens up the MCU to many different possibilities, many different stories, and many different characters. And the writers for Spider-Man Far From Home have officially come out in an interview and have talked about the multiverse in Spider-Man Far From Home. If you have not seen Spider-Man Far From Home, this is your spoiler alert. I will be talking about some spoilers for Spider-Man Far From Home in this video. And quick reminder, if you'd like a chance to win an Iron Man helmet, a Captain America shield, an Infinity Gauntlet, or another Marvel Legends item, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll be picking 3 winners for my giveaway at 450,000 subscribers. So in Spider-Man Far From Home, as many people guessed, Mysterio was lying about being from a different universe. This was a pretty big letdown to a lot of fans, but stick with me until the end of this video and I'll explain how a multiverse does in fact exist in the MCU and how it has already been introduced. But the writers for Spider-Man Far From Home have recently come out and spoken about why they had Mysterio mention the multiverse. Why put the multiverse line in there, and why have Mysterio mention the universes by name? According to the writers for Spider-Man Far From Home, Chris McKenna and Eric Sommers, the reason was to hide the fact that Mysterio was not a hero. They wanted to hide the fact that he was a simple, evil illusionist who was seeking revenge on Tony Stark. Writer Eric Sommers said, "Anytime we find ourselves with a twist or surprise reveal of something like this, we want to do as much as we can to protect it and distract from it ahead of time." Chris McKenna then added, "What we kept saying is that he had to feel like a real character, so we wanted to give him a tragic backstory with all the details of coming from another world and make sure that the elementals he's fighting felt like a growing Avengers-level threat. We wanted to make it as believable as possible." So essentially, they mentioned the multiverse in Spider-Man Far From Home to make Mysterio really seem like a good guy from another universe, and to make it seem like these elementals were a huge threat. And of course, they did this by Mysterio saying that the elementals were responsible for destroying his old universe. And it actually did a really good job. There were many fans out there that thought Mysterio could actually be good since he's from a different universe. Maybe it's a different take on Mysterio. But ultimately, it was the typical Mysterio, a trickster and an illusionist. However, Mysterio lying about him being from another universe does not mean that the multiverse does not exist. In fact, it has been mentioned before. In fact, there was a really big deal made about the multiverse in Doctor Strange, and not just in the movie, but for some promotions from Marvel for the movie as well.
What if the fabric of reality was but a single thread of something much larger? What if your universe was just one of many, a multiverse? Would time be the same there? Would it flow as freely as water in any direction? Could travel between those realities be possible? What if you could be in 2 places at once, a physical self in one, an astral projection in another? What if all of this wasn't what if at all? There are dangers, yes, but wonders too. And power, so much power, and in the wrong hands, anything could happen. But for now, just wonder.
So in Doctor Strange is really where they introduced the multiverse and mentioned it by name. Now, it's no coincidence that they mentioned it in Spider-Man Far From Home. Even though the multiverse was not used in Spider-Man Far From Home, I think it is going to play a really big factor for the upcoming future of the MCU. Especially since we have a Doctor Strange 2 movie coming up which will probably explore the multiverse even more. So for all the fans that were really bummed out that the multiverse was not introduced in Spider-Man Far From Home, don't worry, it was introduced in Doctor Strange and will definitely be a part of the MCU moving forward. But let me know your thoughts on what the writer said about including the multiverse in Spider-Man Far From Home, and let me know what you think the future of the multiverse holds for us in the MCU. Be sure to comment down below and comment with your favorite superhero or villain, like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can enter my giveaway and stay up to date on everything relating to the MCU. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.